Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I wanted to kind of show you my 800 page notebook and how that is coming along and what I've been doing thus far. And also I wanted to answer a couple of questions that I've been getting recently. So I've been getting a couple of questions on my Instagram and as well here on YouTube. And so I just wanted to kind of walk you guys through how to find the items that I purchased to kind of do this. So a lot of you have said that you've never seen a notebook with 800 pages, and I get it. They don't advertise these kind of notebooks anywhere, but if you are searching for something, it's just like Google. If you're looking for something, you'll never know unless you actually type in what you're looking for into the search bar and see what pops up. So Amazon has a plethora of different things all the time, and we know this because we come across different things that they advertise, as well as AliExpress and eBay. So it just never pays to just kind of put in sometimes what you may be searching for. So, for security reasons, I have changed my German Amazon address to our APO address, which is listed in a description box underneath almost every video now. So, this is the one that I share with you all, and this is the one where you guys can send me things and mail and stuff like that. So, right now I have both Amazons and the Disc Agenda site. So I have Amazon.de is which we're on, and then Amazon.com. So for everyone who has clicked on an Amazon.de link under my video, if you click on that link, it's going to bring up the current notebook that I have in the same color. If you don't want that exact color, you can either click on the seller, which is Megabook Labels, or if you want to, you can click in the search bar 800 page notebook, and it will pop up with all of the notebooks from that seller. So these are currently all of the notebooks that they have. Right now I have this green one, this blue one, and this purplish wine color-ish one. But these are all of the different sizes. You do have to be very cautious of that because some of the sizes do change. But the book that I have now is a 6x9. So the 6x9 is just a tad bit bigger than an A5, but it fits very great in the clear cover from DocuBook. So these are a few of the different styles that they have. Now this book is not from Megabook Labels. This book is actually from the seller Productive Luddite, and I do own this book right here. This book is slightly different from the book that I currently own now. This book has blank pages. The pages are a little bit thinner than the pages in the book that I have, and also this notebook comes with a full index, a full contact sheet page, and also the pages are numbered. So if you're looking for something with all of those characteristics, then the Productive Freestyle Really Big Notebook is going to be a notebook for you because it has those features. I personally already own this notebook, and I've had my trials with the paper. Paper is very copy machine paper, so don't expect it to be like a Stayology or a Lecterm. I can never say that name, but don't expect it to be like those notebooks because it's not. If it was like that, you would be paying way more money than the listed price because of the paper quality. But in terms, you sacrifice paper quality for paper amount, and also with that being said, this is hence what you get. So the only differences between these books, so the notebook that I have now and the notebook that I had before, is that the paper quality on the notebook that I have now is a little bit thicker, and it takes markers a little bit better. And also, not only that, it's not numbered. It doesn't come with an index. You do have a contact sheet page. So for instance, if this book was lost, who should you contact in terms to return it, and it's also lined and not blank. So those are a couple of things that you would be coming into terms with if you were to purchase this notebook over this, or this notebook over the Productive Luddite. And also other reasonably, considerably, I should say, difference is this notebook, the Productive Luddite, is a tad bit bigger and wider than that of the notebook that I have now, which is 800 pages, but is measured at 6x9. So I talked about these two books before because I've used them. And so if you are looking for that, then there's your review right there. So this is the German website, the German Amazon, and that is how you find it on here. Now this is the Amazon for .com. Or do I have .de up here? Let me see. I want to make sure that I have Amazon.com. And because I'm in Germany, it's always going to go to Amazon.de. So let me change it back to .com. Let's do this. Oops. And it's hard doing this because I'm looking through my camera trying to get this just right for you all. Okay, perfect. I think this is .com now. So now that we're on the American Amazon, let's type in the same thing we did for Amazon.de. And I'm going to type in 800-page notebook. And as you can see, it pops up a little bit different than the Amazon.de. So with the Amazon.com, you get a bunch of different notebooks that pop up, but the one you're looking for is this seller here. Now this is also another notebook that I own, but from a different seller. So if you'd like to see me do like a review for how to find this notebook a lot cheaper on AliExpress, I will definitely do that. Just link, or not link, but just let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll show you how to find that as well. So this is the notebook that I currently have, and this one is being displayed on Amazon.com now. So if you click on who this book is by, it's by the seller Mega Books Labels. So if you click on that, you will see that they have the same notebooks that I had on Amazon.de, except for they have a tad bit more of a selection when it comes to like the different designs and also different sizes. So for instance, these books, and I can't talk, these books right here are 6x9 and they're 800 pages, right? This book is 700 pages and it's 7x10. So you have to pay attention to that, because if you purchase this book, you'll be disappointed that it's only 700 pages and it's slightly bigger, a lot bigger than the 6x9. So going down, they have a wide variety of different styles that you can choose from. So whether you're looking for that simple, elegant, simplistic style like I was looking for, or you're looking for something a little bit more decorative because you don't want to decorate the cover and you want to use a clear cover, then you can do like any one of their decorative styles. I personally opted away from this because I like to add pictures and other things to my notebooks all the time. So I opted away from that. But if you are looking for it, you could definitely do just that. So this is how you find these notebooks. And as you can see, they have 3 pages of different styles and sizes that you can choose from. Now for the clear cover, I actually bought that on Amazon.de and I couldn't find it on Amazon.com. But here is a way that you can find it so that everyone can get to it. And this is the one that I usually link in the video. So if you go to dokibook.com and you click on, so let's just say we went to dokibook.com, right? If you go to dokibook.com and you scroll down to, let's see, you probably have to do, let's do ring planner. So if you click on disc agenda and scroll down to ring planners, and gosh, I can't see through my camera. It will pop up like this, and if you scroll down just a tad bit, you can see the clear A5 size clear covers that I have. Now, the Doki book clear covers are huge. They're extremely wide, and they're extremely like, not floppy, but they're extremely wide as in terms of width and in terms of how much you can stuff it. So it works great for the 800 page notebook because of that. So actually, because these covers are a tad bit bigger than your usual A5, when you go to take the rings out, because they are screwed in, you'll be cutting off roughly almost this much. So as how much I'm dragging my cursor down, that's how much you'll be cutting off this portion here. I cut mine flush to the little button so that I had room, but you'll actually be cutting off a little bit more than that because you almost want it to be as if it was made for the notebook. So that's all that I did, but this is where you can find it, and this is how much it costs. Now, when you buy it on Amazon.de, this is actually going to cost you about $20, but if you get it on here and then pay for shipping, they kind of equal out to be about the same, so keep that in mind. So I just wanted to show you guys that this is where you can find the items that I have listed in the video, just in case you were having a hard time with finding it, or if I didn't get to your comment fast enough. This is just how you can watch it. It's a quick video so that if you are confused in any way, you can kind of get to it step by step. So I'm actually going to flip the camera around and show you guys what I've been doing and talk a little bit about that. And we're back. So this is my clear cover, my 800 page notebook, and I have been using mine religiously. So I kind of moved into this really quickly when I got it and figured out what I wanted to use this clear cover for. Originally, I had bought this clear cover for the Charm Life planner because I had taken it out of a ring bound or a bounded book, and I cut down the pages and cut holes into them because I wanted to use this for that. But after thinking about it, I really just didn't like the Charm Life planner as a whole. It had elements to the planner that I was drawn to, but I didn't like the planner put together. I didn't like how the system was put together. So instead, I took it apart in hopes that that would kind of help me to be able to use it, because then I could move the pages around. So after coming to terms that that just wasn't going to work for me, I kind of got this. And I got this idea because years ago, maybe 2 or 3 now, I had tried the Productive Luddite, and my book is falling apart. This doesn't mean your book will fall apart, but mine fell apart because I ripped pages out, I tipped things in, I watercolored in it. I pretty much damaged my own book. So by no means will your book have ripped apart like mine. So I showed part of this in a video, and this, let's just say this is still 800 pages. This book comes with a contact page. So this is your contact page, and as you can see, my book is badly damaged, but this is your contact page on the opposite side, and I'm going to skip the first page, and then you have your full index. So if you are looking for a notebook that has a full index in it so that you don't have to draw it out, this book has it for you. And these pages are actually numbered really tiny down at the bottoms. So you can't see it, but there's little numbers right there, and that's for every single page. So if you're looking for something like that, this is the book to go with. Now, this book is a tad bit bigger than the book that I have right here. So you are going to have a little bit more width, maybe like an inch more of width, and also height with the productive Luddite. So keep that in mind too if you decide to get this book. I just found it to be a tad bit too big for me because the bigger it is, the heavier it is, and this is kind of smaller and compact in a way, but it doesn't feel as bad as holding that one. So when I took my clear cover apart, I ran some holes through it, which is the hole I punched here and also the hole that I punched here with my hole punch. Now, I don't recommend you doing that, but that's what I did. And then also I ran a hole here just using a regular screwdriver and put some elastic through it. I label all of my notebooks, whether that be on the sides with tape and paper or down here. So this is the year that I started it in, which is 2020. This book probably will be done by the end of this year or a little bit into 2021 because I am a writer and I do a lot of journaling. But in that instance, if that is the case, then I would just put through 2021 somewhere else on the book. I also made these laminated pockets to go over the sleeve of my books. So the front page and the back page, because I wanted to preserve as much as possible. And of course, I added pictures of me and my husband there because, like I said, the reason why I got the simplistic notebooks is because I wanted to be able to decorate and add elements as I wanted to without the background clashing. Contact page. So originally, when I got this book, I was thinking of doing the bullet journal style planning, but the straightforward bullet journaling style is not for me. It's just not my style at all. So I incorporate writing and planning together, and I've been kind of using this, which has really been great for my mental. I'm finding that in this time frame of life, that having a set schedule like I have in my ring planners, and this is very different from using my ring planners, is that it's not necessarily needed. I don't need to have a timed daily. And I like the fact that I can literally jot down what I want to do in my day and blob other things that happen throughout that day without feeling guilty. Oh my God, I can't talk today. Without feeling guilty for not using the notebook or not using the planner. So that is one thing. I still keep some of the elements that I've, used in my ring bound planners, which is tracking my moods, tracking water intake, what we ate for dinner or what we're having for dinner, and also the weather. As you can see in the beginning, I really kind of struggled with how to fully use these pages because, as you can see, this is a lot of space coming from an A7 and a personal size ring bound planner. This is a lot more space than those two put together. And so if you're not used to this, if you haven't been in a size like this for a while, you can really struggle. And that's what I kind of did. I struggled in the beginning. I made a video on this stating that I found that I probably or might would struggle for the simple fact that this is bigger. But then I started watching a lot of YouTube and I started journaling in here. And then I realized that I will journal every day. So I still use this, my trusty dusty. It has become like a pen test, a lot of other things, but I still use that. But I do daily journaling in here, and this holds me accountable. It's also good for my mental because just the other day, a couple of days ago, I had a mental breakdown of just everything that's happening. And so being able to reflect on how I've been feeling that day has really been good for me. And so I do it in here along with my planning. So I've been doing it every day. For this particular week, I skipped Monday and started on a Thursday. Yeah, I started on Thursday and did Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then in here, I picked it up again. Still kind of struggling, but it comes together. Trust me, it comes together. So I used this plan and prep page for a weekly because I didn't want to glue 2 pages together. So I used this because of the boxes. And again, I went in with, struggling with those dailies. Now, these stickers didn't want to stick down for whatever reason, so I had to go over them with clear packing tape, but I've since then just learned to just use the Elmer's purple glue because the clear packing tape just makes it look really tacky. And I think that when I did this, I was almost about ready to jump out of this book and into something else because this was such an eyesore, but I stuck it out and I stayed in here. And even though the tape was just like not working for me, I stayed in here. And then this planner started to, or this notebook / planner started to really pick up. So I added a calendar in here. I wasn't fond of the lines that I drew through because they weren't as neat as I wanted them to be. So I wasn't really as fond. But then again, I stayed in here. And I continued to journal. And then this week, I journaled every day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and Saturday. And of course, as you can see, a lot of things I get off my chest go into here. So that went into here. And then Sunday. So each day had a page for itself. And then I made this because I don't have vellum. I probably could order from AliExpress and get like the really nice vellum, or probably an Etsy shop for Germany or something like that. But I just couldn't suffice doing that. So I used what I had in the house, and we had some gift wrapping paper with these little sprinkly embellishments. And it was a pain in the ass to lay flat and cut out, but it laminates so perfect. And you can even cut around it and it won't lift up. Like sometimes you have to cut like around the bubble. This doesn't even leave a bubble because it's just that thin, so you can actually cut straight through it. So I did that, and it was the perfect kind of sheer, perfect kind of embellishment for this notebook. And then I went into a weekly. So this is the current week that we're on. And for this, I decided to use a printable, which is really not a printable. It came out of a bound book, but you can get this as a printable because it's the Charm Life planner insert. And I just glued the weekly front to back instead of side by side. So you have Monday through Wednesday on the front, and then Thursday through Sunday on the back. And then we go into my daily. So this is when things pick up. After watching a couple of YouTube videos, I finally got the hang of it. And so as you can see, my pages fill out a lot more. So I made this little bookmarker. I always have to have some sort of a bookmarker. And I really liked those bookmarkers or those dividers that I see a lot on Instagram with the pink border, and then it has like the calligraphy, like pink inbox or whatever the section is. It has that. Well, I don't have those kind of tools, and I'm not spending that kind of money for that. So I just took some scrapbooking paper, a laminator, a sticker, and made my own little kind of divider-ish thing that I can move around, stick in between. And I like this because I can actually see the following day through it. And if for instance, I'm working on this day and I'm transferring things over, instead of just moving my bookmarker, I can literally see right through it. So I love it. But anywho, that's what I did for this. And of course, this was yesterday. So yesterday, I really utilized this page a lot. I used a lot of stickers. I came to terms with things don't have to be so structured. As you can tell, like in previous planning like this, it was very structured. I didn't really want to decorate the pages. And as you can see, in weeks before that, it was like very plain. I didn't want to decorate the pages. I didn't know how to decorate the pages. And then in here, it's like I figured it out. I know how to do it now. Same goes for here. I've just been doing with whatever I want to. And following that, I'm still splitting up my days for the weekends. So I found that it kind of just works in this book because the weekends are like little to nothing happening. So if we kind of look like this weekend, little to nothing happened. We have date nights on Saturday. So there's no need to have a full Saturday and Sunday right now. Maybe when things kind of like normal out, then yes. But as of right now, there's just not a need. But I do a lot of journaling in here, and I've been sticking with the weekly or daily journaling after each day. And so this was Monday. Monday, I did a lot of housework. So I used a little girl who was doing some dishes. I kind of felt really sad this day. I was having my mental breakdown on Monday. So Monday, I was having a mental breakdown. And so I just kind of journaled what I could in here, and whatever I didn't finish, I picked up in this book. And then Tuesday, I felt really inspired. I was starting to feel a little bit better from the following day. So I watercolored. And so this is what I wanted to state. I did not watercolor on this paper. This paper is not like a Stayology, a Hobonichi, any one of those fancy notebooks. It's thicker paper, yes, but this paper will probably not hold watercolor too well. You know, like when you put watercolor on a page and it kind of like leaves those little shreddy pieces. This notebook will probably do that. I know the Productive Luddite notebook does that. So to combat that, I'm just going to sit that to the side for a second. To combat that, this is a planner that I bought a month or two ago, maybe 3 months. And I did not like it. It's really cheaply made, but it had really nice thin paper on the inside. So as you can see, this is a really, really thin, cheap made, and you can't even use the notebook because they didn't even finish the back of it. So, and I keep a couple of testers in here. So this is some paper that I already cut down to size, and these are 2 sheets. They're really, really, really thin. What I mean by they're really, really thin, and I'm going to see if I can show you, is you can literally see my handwriting right through this paper. But this paper holds watercolor like nobody's business. It takes watercolor very well. So I have been ripping the pages out, cutting the pages down, and watercoloring on them. So that is what I'm using to like do like my drawings and stuff in, and I just glue them in. Because I don't really want to wrinkle up my pages too much in here, and I don't really want to damage the notebook like I did with the Productive Luddite. So that is how I've been getting my paintings in this book. But that's what I did for this, and I just used the regular Elmer's disappearing purple glue, which is this glue here. And I have 3 big sticks. So I've done that, and I just stamp out, the notebook that I just showed you, it is all daily, so you are going to have like days and times on the side, but I think that's what adds character to it. So I don't care about that. But I continue to journal in here. And then obviously this is today, and I haven't gotten to today. But as you can see, as you glue things in, your pages are going to wrinkle. But when you write over it, you're not going to be able to see it. And this isn't wrinkled so bad to the point that I can't use, this page, or it's not going to lay flat. So that's why I glue my paintings in versus drawing it on the paper and then painting it and then having to lay my notebook flat open like this for it to dry, and then it still may be wrinkled. This is something that I'm working on for Friday. So I really wanted to kind of, do like a couple of different things in this book in terms of like paintings. I do want to do like a spread with Dutch doors. So as things pick up, I am definitely incorporating some of the things that I learned, some of like my creative aspects and abilities in here, and I'm loving it thus far. And anyone who is scared to start a notebook like this, I don't want you to be afraid of starting something like this. You can do it with little to no supplies at all. If you have a couple of markers, say you have an old notebook or watercolors, you can do the same things with less work if you really want to. I use the stickers that people have given me, and I've been using things that I've bought that I'm not using. Where I get my weekly inserts, monthly inserts, so I have a planner that has dated weeklies. I'm not good at drawing weeklies and monthlies, so I would rather use a printable, but this is the Charm Life planner that I have since dismantled, and as you can see, it's in the rings that I took out of the clear cover. And this is what I've been using. So I don't have this monthly in there. I have a different monthly in there. But these are the weeklies without all the stuff that I have on them. These are the weeklies that I use. And as you can see, they're perfect size to go into that notebook because this is A5 size. And this is just a tad bit bigger than A5. So if we were to hold these two together minus the cover, you can see that, as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see, it's just a little bit bigger than an A5. I don't know if you can see that. You see that? It's just a little bit bigger than an A5. It's not so big that, it's not something comfortable with using. You can definitely still use it, but because it is a little bit bigger than A5, these fit so much better in there, and that's why I use them. So these have prep and plan pages, and I turn these pages into anything that I want. There's also some monthly trackers in here, so when I want to do a tracker, I can do that for each month, and that's how I've been using it. I've just been repurposing things that I already have, using things that I already have, and rocking out with that. I've kind of stopped using my rings because I found that I was more happy in here, and I really love flipping through the pages in here. And not to say that I'm on that bandwagon of everybody using a bound book for planning now, but I had been doing this prior to even knowing about, ring planners. I had used the 800-page notebook in the past. So to me, it was like, okay, well, you've done it in the past, you can do it again. And so, yeah, I mean, I've added a couple of things, like I've taken out the little flags from my ring bound planner and put them in here. So yeah, I mean, if you like this video, if you found it helpful, informative, please give me a big thumbs up. I love doing these videos for you. I love talking about different notebooks, different things that you can do. If you have any suggestions, any comments or questions, or if you just want to tell me something in general, please leave all of that in a comment section down below, or write me. You can definitely send me letters, or you can, send me things that you want to talk about through mail if you're you're more open to that as well. I do leave our APO address in the description box as well. But as always, guys, I thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of my new subscribers, current subscribers, and as always, I will see you guys in my next planner video. Bye.